I love my grandma truly, I do, but her taste in toys for kids freaking sucks. One of her prized possessions was a damn Chucky doll. Yeah, that Chucky. Sat in a chair like it paid rent. Freaked me the hell out every time I saw it when I was little. But the story isn't about Chucky, it's about Big Bird. She had this creepy old Big Bird doll that could talk when you squeezed it, cover its eyes, and it'd go peekaboo, and when you would squeeze its belly, it would laugh this high-pitched laugh, like it just told a joke that only it would understand. Simple stuff. Supposed to be cute, but it wasn't. One weekend, my cousin and I were staying over at her house. We were deep into a long night of Black Ops 2 zombies. You know, energy drinks, all the lights off, the whole mood set. We were hyped and just having a great night overall. Then, suddenly, my cousin stopped shooting, dies instantly, eaten by a horde. I start roasting him. Why am I always carrying you, bro? But he doesn't respond. He just stares ahead and slowly turns the volume down on the TV. I'm like, what are you doing? Then I heard it. A laugh. But not just any laugh. That laugh. Big Birds. My cousin and I froze, eyes wide. We knew that toy, and it's not supposed to just go off on its own. The toy room was right next to us, just on the other side of the thin wall. Then it said, peekaboo. I turned to my cousin. His face was pale. Dude, he whispered. What the hell is going on? I didn't have an answer. But then it said one more thing. Something I swear to you it's never said before. Something that nobody has ever programmed into that damn toy. Clear as day. I see you. Me and my cousin ran out and went upstairs. Thankfully, that's the first and last time that toy has done something like that. When I was around 13, 12, I used to stay up late and play on my phone and hide under my pillow when I heard my dad was coming to check on me. My dad used to do this trick where he would come up into my room and pretend to leave to see if I was really sleeping. One night, I heard someone coming towards my room, so I did what I always do, pretend to be asleep and hide my phone under the pillows. When I heard them leave, I got up again. When I did, I saw a man. He was about 6 feet tall and he was buff. He was wearing a baseball cap and I couldn't really see anything else because it was dark in the room. My dad is 6 feet and he's also buff, and he also wore baseball caps. Scared of getting grounded, I made up an excuse. I said, sorry dad, my friend is going through a rough time and I wanted to make sure she was okay. When I said this, I got no response, so I hugged him and I said goodnight. The man didn't say anything, not even a whisper. Confused and starting to get scared, I asked my dad, are you okay? I got this weird kind of growl back, so I just turned my back and closed my eyes. When I woke up, I was in a really bad mood with my dad. I thought he took a joke too far and really scared me. When my dad asked and I told him, he looked very concerned. He then informed me that he was working overnight and he hadn't been home till this morning. He said it was my grandma in the house. My grandma at the time was 5 foot and very frail. At this time, she wasn't able to even stand straight. The person I saw was 6 feet and buff. My aunt owns a duplex. She lives in the downstairs unit, and for years, she rented out the upstairs. At one point, she had a tenant, an older woman with several health issues, who had been living there for quite a while. The woman was quiet, mostly kept to herself, and with her often in and out of the hospital, long absence were usual. So when things got quiet up there, my aunt wouldn't really think twice at first. One day, my aunt was on the phone with my mom when she mentioned something strange. She said a terrible smell had been creeping down the stairs that led to the upper unit. Those stairs went from the upstairs kitchen down to the back exit door, and also a secondary entrance to my aunt's home. She hadn't heard the tenant moving around upstairs in a few days, so she figured maybe the woman had gone back to the hospital and left food out, meat or something that had gone bad. My mom, younger and a little morbid, half-jokingly said, what if she died up there and that's where you're smelling? My aunt was totally grossed out and told her not to say such things, but as they continued talking, my aunt couldn't shake that thought. After a moment, she asked, more seriously now, what if she really is dead up there? My mom suggested my aunt call 911 and report a strange smell in the house. Maybe say it was a gas leak, that way the fire department would be obligated to check it out. My aunt agreed, and they ended the call, both still assuming it was probably just spoiled food. Less than an hour later, my aunt called back, hysterical. The fire department had come, went into the upstairs unit, and found the tenant dead. She had passed away days earlier. That awful smell? It was her decomposing body. My mom did not believe her at first. She thought she must be joking. The woman couldn't actually have been dead for days, right upstairs from my aunt, but she was not joking. What makes it even eerier is that the previous tenant, my aunt's father-in-law, had also died in that very same upstairs apartment. Since then, my aunt has left the upstairs vacant. She refuses to rent it out again. This all started at an isolated house we lived at that was half an hour away from any neighborhood. Me and my family lived there for quite some time because of COVID hitting us like a truck. Now to summarize us, at that moment, I was 13 living with my mom, dad, and a 5-year-old sister. We were doing pretty well and had good connections with relatives and stuff. Well, a few months in, that's when things started getting weird. When I say weird, I don't mean like, oh no, a strange alien thing, but like dead birds started falling. Our pets are dying, and even vets don't know why. And strange weather, like zero sun at all for 2 days straight. Now, we all thought nothing of it when our food started to just disappear. We all just started pointing fingers at my cousin that was sleeping for the night because of him traveling to a local spot in our city. Now, at first, we really thought it was him, but then my dad started pressing him about a CCTV he had set up in our living room. After a while of pointing, we decided to just look at the CCTV. That's when everything went from 0 to 100 fast, because all we saw was a weird, injured, gross, decaying dog unlocking our door and grabbing Doritos and Pringles. Now that's a huge shock for us, because not every day you see a dog mutilated to such extreme. We soon reported it to the local police, who started looking for clues and stuff, and after some time, they just gave up. In that time span, it took them about 7 months to find nothing at all, so they set the case up and just thought maybe it had died, because of how injured and dying it looked. But I still can't shake off the feeling every night when I go out that there's a strange painting I hear at the bushes or random animals getting mauled by something.